Dogs, they love getting dirty, but drying them after a bath, if you have a dog, you know how hard this is and how long this takes. So a U.S. company has come up with a pretty sweet solution. I gotta tell you, I'm gonna buy one of these. The company called Puff and Fluff has created a special dog dryer. It's essentially a coat that owners put on their pets. That's a big blue coat you see there. Before attaching a blow dryer, which inflates it with warm air, the product comes in 4 different sizes, and it'll set you back about $40. And listen, if you have a dog at home, I know you're vibing with this, because watching me trying to dry coffee after a bath is hilarious. I wish someone was videotaping it. It's me chasing her around my condo with my Dyson hairdryer. It's being like, yeah, it's not easy. It takes forever.
I got a tip. I mean, what we've always done, haven't had long-haired dogs for a while, but just as soon as they come out of the bath, you just got to swaddle them like a baby. Just the big, thirstiest, thickest towel you have, a total swaddle, and then just wait until as much of that transfers onto the towel, and then then you have to have a place where the dog can shake. That's not going to get all over your electronics and stuff. So maybe out on a deck, patio, outside. One good shake, and then by then it's down to the mist. You'll be okay. I know, but you have to catch the dog first.
Yeah, several good shakes.
Trying to chase with the hairdryer.
Why do dogs never want to shake in the tub? Like, I'm like, shake it off here. You're already in the place where it's wet. Like, no shaking, just looks. As soon as you take them out of the tub, then they want to shake everywhere else.
You will learn these things as a dog owner.
I feel like for these photos alone, you have to buy this. This is worth $40.
Totally.
Just to eat. If your dog even lets you put this thing on.
I was going to say,
that.
that's the hard part. Yeah.
Better come with a patch kit, too, because my dog, even though he's very compliant with putting on the booties, he's going to bite that thing. Yeah, and there's puncture, hole, good luck.
I know it's only $40, so I don't know how durable this thing is, but yeah, one good bite, I mean...
It's done.
Yeah.
Done so, yeah. Oh, well.
It's a good idea in theory, though.
It is, yeah.
Chocolate ramen is the latest culinary concoction coming out of Japan. A ramen restaurant in northern Japan offering a bowl of the noodles with chocolate sauce this month. It costs about $5 US. It's a limited time offer ahead of Valentine's Day. Now, chocolate's a big part of Valentine's Day in Japan, apparently, as women traditionally give the sweet to a person that they're hoping will be their Valentine. So, is chocolate one of those things where you can really just put it on anything and make it taste good?
Oh, a couple things here, Pooch. Okay, you know that I'm a believer generally. I'm an open-minded person. I'm a believer of don't knock it till you tried it. However, love ramen, love chocolate, but I feel like putting these two together ruins both.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't, so let me think of something you really don't like. Think of a food you really don't like. You're like, I like
well, okay, I'm gonna say a shrimp. Not that I don't like the taste of it, but I'm allergic to shrimp, so let's go with shrimp.
Oh, well then that's...
Does that not count?
No, you can't be allergic to it.
This tells you how open-minded I am. I love all food.
Really?
I don't know.
Is there like something you don't like?
Probably. I can't think of anything on spot right now.
Well, if you put chocolate on it, would it make you like it?
Some things, see, it depends. Like something like ramen is like, you know, it's like a salty, it's all sodium in there. I don't think chocolate necessarily goes well with that. Chocolate on pretzels, salty sweet, fine. Okay. But not on ramen. So like, how does that even work? Because it's all brothy.
I know. I don't. And then maybe does it like melt? Like I don't like cottage cheese.
Okay.
Adding chocolate to it would not make me like cottage cheese anymore. If anything, I think that's a grosser combo.
You don't like cottage cheese?
Than what we're talking about. No.
So good for you.
I know. And what's the deal with it anyway?
What's the deal with cottage?
Right?
Well, here's a weird story for you. A new study finds single men have a stronger body odor than men in a relationship. That is according to a new study, which says the stronger body odor may actually work in their favor. The study builds off prior research that finds single men have higher testosterone levels. Researchers recruited men to work up a sweat and had women sniff the armpit of their T-shirts. Who volunteered for this study? They found that not only did single men have a stronger body odor, but that women also rated their faces as more masculine.
Oh. Okay, I'll take one for the team. You mind, Gertie?
But let's get the ground rules. So single means just not in a relationship or not married? Just not...
Not sure.
Well, Pooja, since you conducted the study, why don't you tell us all the parameters?
Because our key said not in a relationship at all. So
yeah, I think we just go with single means single, like not in a relationship at all. Yeah,
perfect.
So
there's nothing to do with hygiene, right?
You're gonna, okay. Like you're gonna sniff my armpit?
Yeah, I don't know if there's I mean, there would only be, the only way to test this would be to test it, and we're not going to do that, right?
And you want a big sample study or just a couple?
And I wonder if it also works that single women are more attracted to the smell of single men. If we're in a relationship, maybe you're being interested in the pheromones or whatever given
Well,
off. There
we're
could be
all-
all kinds of parts to this.
Yeah, this doesn't sound very scientific to me. There needs to be more. We
Someone
need
just
more
wanted to do
info.
some sniffing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They knew we'd talk about it. I mean, this is just one of those stories that's a reminder that we're all just animals, right? We're all animals. And
you're right.
you're single, you put out that scent, it's instead you can't even control it, right? It's unconscious, and this is to find a mate.
Okay, so two
Sarah,
things.
oh,
First question, so now that you know this and you have this information as a
Yeah.
single man going out there, are you more likely to have a woman maybe do the sniff test?
I think I'm just more likely to walk around like this.
That's what I'm saying. Just be like, oh, let me just grab that.
I think I'm just more likely
and
to
then-
walk around at the bar like this.
Yeah.
But that
Would
may
you?
that may
No, I
be
wouldn't.
just the deodorant that you're wearing though too. So do you have to back off on the antiperspirant as well to get that
Or a
pheromone out?
Yeah,
particular scent that doesn't agree with your particular perfume. or
We've been
cologne.
doing it all wrong. Don't mask that stuff up. That's your signal. Like, that's like your green light at the bar to say, hey, I am single and ready to mingle.
Is,
I think you just be you. I think you don't do
yeah.
anything extra. You don't think about it. You just go out and be you because
Okay, but
that's got to be part of it, right?
what's the female equivalent, though? How does a guy know in a public setting that a girl is single and that she is ready to
Comes
mingle?
up and sniffs the banana.
I will tell you right now, Gurdeep, this
kidding.
is not going to help your dating life if you start going up to women and start sniffing them.
But
I'm just
is-
telling
yeah,
you right
don't
now.
do that.
Is there
it's
a
not going to
female?
go over well.
What's the female tell is my question, if it's not scent.
We need a scientific study, people.
Is BO a complete deal breaker, even if it's a little bit of BO? Is that it? I'm being told
BO's
yes.
not good. It's the beast.
Oh.
I think BO and bad breath are in the same. Our director Sue
Yeah,
was
they're
saying bad breath is
kinda.
worse. I think it's kind of in the same realm of breaking up with someone. That bad breath BO, not good, right? I mean,
I think bad breath is probably it depends on the person though. Like if you're attracted to someone, it's not as offensive. Body odor, perhaps. Bad breath kind of is bad breath.
halitosis
Yeah.
is the.
Yeah, you start to develop
Wow. It's a weird
an
conversation.
understanding of your significant other's.
I get you become
smells
more
and, yeah, you
less
become more-
less
yeah.
sensitive to it maybe.
What happened in this conversation? What are we talking about right now?
No, I need a mint though to make sure we're okay.
Did you see that story about that couple that was taken off a flight in Detroit because of the BO? People complained, and a couple with their young child was removed from a flight, and they didn't know why. And when they asked afterwards, it's because people complained about the intense body odor, and they couldn't handle it. So they put them up in a hotel, but they were taken off, and they were very upset.
Was it like the beast?
It was
Like,
in-
could
I
they
don't-
get rid
yeah,
of the
like-
scent?
like
Did the
Seinfeld.
pilot just have to abandon the
I don't
plane
know.
in a New York alleyway?
Well, they went and they said we were so confused. We went walking around the airport with our bags, asking people to smell us, to see do we stink? We don't know if we do.
We'll go to this. A Los Angeles-based clothing company, they're taking Crocs beyond the world of footwear. So look, the brand called Pizza Slime, don't ask, they've turned the slip-on shoe into a bag. The area where someone's foot would go, it's been turned into a pouch with a zipper. The Croc bag comes in 2 colors, black and yellow, and it features 7 custom-made charms. There's only 50 of the bags that are being produced. Are you taking notes?
I was trying to write down my thoughts. My pen ran out of ink.
Okay, you have several notes that you wanted to take on this?
Well-
Please begin. I'll start. Okay.
Please.
I thought the whole point of Crocs, whether you agree with them or you disagree with them, it's very divisive, is that at least they are comfortable, right? That's the reason. You
So
don't
I've been
care
told,
about
yeah.
what they look like because it's what they feel like. And these are great if you want to just go out in the yard or if you're going for a walk or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And for some people, maybe even when they're out partying. I don't know. But now to take that, which belongs on your foot and it's comfortable on your foot, to wear it around your body and put your hand through it, and it's still going to be rubber. Like what? How is this?
not-
How does this make any sense?
No, I think the fact that something you mentioned, the fact that this is done by a brand called Pizza Slime, should tell you everything you need to know about this product.
Do you get pizza at least? I mean, yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm not a Crocs guy. I've never actually put one on, so I know you don't knock it till you try it. I've never worn a Croc, so I don't know. Maybe I put one on and then I changed my opinion on this because it's so comfortable, function over
It really is.
fashion. You've tried them?
Yes,
Okay.
I have a pair. They don't look like that. I have a pair that
You
I
have
wear.
you have like ones that don't look like as obnoxious as regular Crocs.
They don't, but they're still Crocs, so they're very comfortable.
What
they're
if someone
rubber.
sees them? Would they know that they're Crocs?
Probably not.
Probably not.
No.
You got to get the obnoxious pair to be.
But the point is the comfort part.
Okay.
I get it. I understand if you're traveling and you're walking around in Europe somewhere, you're gonna want the Crocs.
Isn't wearing that on a plane though as bad as just going barefoot? Because there's so much ventilation and stuff's breathing and.
Yeah.
I mean,
and now it's here.
listen,
Now it's across this way.
At least when they're on your feet, like my eye level is not being drawn to your feet, so they're kind of out of the way. But when you're wearing it here, it's prominent. You're doing that for attention.
So true.
Also, only 50 pairs, so you know they're going to sell on eBay for like $1 million.
It's so true. They're going to sell out and they're going to have to redo them. And then we're going to be talking about this next week, Gertie.
Yep. Well, animal lovers in Lithuania have created an app to match dogs in local shelters with new owners. The creators of the app, which is called Get Pet, say it was inspired by the popular dating app Tinder. Users are able to swipe through a number of profiles which have been created for dogs looking for a good home until they settle on one they like. They're then able to set up a meeting at a shelter. The app's creators say that they hope to eventually include cats and other animals. This is a great idea. I'm surprised this didn't already exist.
You know, anything that gets more strays and forever homes, I am down with.
Yeah. I wonder, though, if this works like the Tinder app. You know, is it one of those things where, like, it's a numbers game? So, you know, you swipe right to a lot of them just because you're like, I don't know which one I'm going to be matched with. So you have lots of options?
Right. And also, are the dogs also, because in Tinder you have to match, so are the dogs also swiping? They're like, nah, that owner looks like kind of a jerk.
Yeah. Like 2 barks for right and, you know, 1 bark for left. Like, how do you know?
And do you play hard to get once you match? Do you wait for the dog to message you first?
Right.
Or do you just send something witty like, hey, I'm going to Whole Foods, need anything?
Yeah, right?
You know, we've talked about this before. I am not a fan of leaving one's love life, human to human's love life, up to the purview of an algorithm.
Right.
But when it comes to, you know, pet human, it's a good start, and then, you know, then you meet, and you'll know if it's a love connection.
Right.
I would make sure there was no filters. Because, you know, you want to see the dog for what the dog really looks like. Like, it's not, you know, great
right out of
lighting and
bed.
everything. Yeah. And you always want to make sure when you're taking your photos, at least from what I hear on Tinder, is that you're not taking a group shot. So I don't want any dogs with any other dogs.
Yeah.
I don't want you to get lost with the other dogs.
Which one are you?
Yeah.
And make sure the dog isn't like utilizing the lighting and the angles to just get their best side, right? When you meet them in person, you're like, have I been catfished or dogfished?
Basically, we all agree this is a good idea.
This is a great idea.
Okay, perfect.
Imagine, do you think your dog would be pissed if your dog saw you on this app? Like,
Mine would.
What are you doing
Mine
on
would know.
Dog Tinder? You already got me.
I know my dog would know.
It's like when you're in a relationship, you got to delete the dating apps, right? If you already have a dog and they see you on this app, they'll be like, yo.
You're like, no, it's for a friend. My friend needs a dog to have a forever home.
There's a lot of meat on this bone.
They say they're spiritually better than us, but I think dogs get jealous. I know mine. Every dog I've ever had.
So possessive.
It's really jealous when I even look at another dog. Hi, baby, and then
Big time.
Me.
Yeah. Frankie.
Frankie, posing.
Matter?
But not just dogs, right? Like, I mean, do dogs get jealous if other people are in the room
Other
getting
people,
your
other
attention?
pets, other anything. Like I could, you know, pick up a book and Frankie's like,
You could pick up some cake.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Are you replacing me?
Then he'd steal the cake.
We're talking about Tyra Banks,
Yeah.
and she plans on opening a modeling amusement park. It's going to be called Modelland. Guests will be able to model clothes from Hollywood costume designers while also enjoying shopping, dining, and interactive entertainment. The former supermodel says the goal is to celebrate inclusive beauty. Banks shared this photo of herself on Instagram to make the announcement. Now, that park, it's set to open in Santa Monica later this year. Not a lot of details as to what exactly happens at this park,
Right.
But if I think of like an amusement park,
Yeah.
you know, right away I think of like a roller coaster,
Roller coasters,
right?
yeah.
So on a roller coaster, you know when you can afterwards go see your picture?
Yeah.
So is it a bunch of like model, pose, right? As you're like going down on the
You have to like strike a pose while you're,
to see, you know, while your hair is blowing.
And are you allowed to eat all the indulgent like amusement park food? Like, can you smash a funnel cake and still walk that catwalk?
As long as you put some avocado on there somewhere and little, look, stereotypes,
That is gross.
right?
Producer Chris Fisher made an astute observation to me. He said the cost of admission is a smize.
Yes.
And if that is the true cost of admission, I believe Bill Coulter has a season pass because Bill Coulter wears a perma-smize.
Well, there's Chris doing his. Let's
Yes.
see. Let's actually see Bill's. Bill actually clenches the jaw. It's like it's a thing.
Yeah, Bill, how would you get into Modelland? Oh, snap. That
yes.
is like young in the, that's like Beverly Hills 90210 opening shot. Bill, can you do that again but turn? Can you do it again but turn? Like start with your back to us and then turn towards us? Like Beverly Hills 90210. That's good.
Oh, very good.
That's Brandon Wall's slow motion. Yeah, that's
Like he
pretty
should
good.
operate the park. I don't know about even getting in.
Yeah.
Okay, what about when it comes to games, right? Like instead of a whack-a-mole, maybe you have like high heels, like a high heel-a-mole, right? That could work. Instead of waiting in lines,
Yeah.
you have to runway walk to the ride.
Oh, that's
Right?
good.
Yeah.
That's really good. And the height requirement for every ride is like 5'10", because you got to be, that's all to be the model apparently.
She did say it was going to be inclusive, but I'm just saying,
Yeah,
right?
I would not be allowed on any ride.
No.
Based on the height requirements. Well, jealousy has a bad reputation, but it turns out it can actually help you succeed at work. Okay. A study finds that jealousy can actually help people make better choices at work. Researchers say not suppressing the feeling forces us to narrow our focus and figure out why we feel that way, what we want, and how fast we want it, which can spark drive and motivation. It can also be recognition of the need to improve or make changes. Experts say it's important to remind yourself jealousy is normal. They say cut yourself a little slack and use it as a learning opportunity or a teachable moment. I like this spin on jealousy.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you think about it, if there's somebody who is around you who, is upping their game and it's being recognized, then it forces you to up your game too, right? There is something to be said about having that sort of encouragement to, maybe take on some more skills, or if you're not as good at something as maybe they are, then it sort of creates that environment, which is nice. The problem, I think, is when sometimes, you have a coworker who gets promoted or gets, something that you don't get, and you don't think they deserve it.
Yeah.
That's a different thing.
That
That's
is.
I don't understand. I do all this work.
Right.
How come I don't get that?
Yeah.
And then how do you deal with that?
A rising tide floats all boats, but you can't reconcile that difference in your brain, right?
Yeah.
And, and another problem that could arise is if you have a boss, and they'll do this, and it works, is creating the tension, right? Pitting people against people to see how you can get the best out of your employees. I don't know. Look, jealousy is or envy, one of the 7 deadly sins too, right? It's right there. It's a biblical thing. It goes, but in the sports analogies, which we like to do, playing angry can be a great motivator, right?
Yes. Look at our pod. This is a live shot of our pod right now, breakfast pod. All kinds of anger and jealousy going on.
But
here.
it's good for you.
That's just a typical day in the breakfast newsroom.
Yeah. Did you hear what she said about you, Chris? Oh, I'm just saying.
Oh, hey, speaking of what's happening there right now, if I'm being honest, I get jealous when George and Gurdeep and Bill start throwing paper at each other.
Oh.
They all crumple
You can-
up.
you
I
can
get
play
jealous.
too.
No, I'm not included. You guys don't throw it at me. You never pass
Well,
it to
it's-
me. You don't look to me for like I'm going long.
It's because when we throw it to you,
Bill's coming over
it
with
just-
some right now.
It just hits you and
It's
then
all
hits
yours,
the ground.
Pooja.
It's like this.
You ready? Pooja.
See?
Doesn't
Oh, is
See,
that why?
you don't catch it.
There weren't even hands in the air.
But now I don't. Now I'm like, well, they don't include me. Maybe, and so if I take this advice, I'm supposed to figure out why. Okay, well, why? Because they're participating in something that I'm not participating in. What we want from this, I want to get better at catching and throwing.
Wasn't there a football incident where someone passed you the ball and you just kind of went like this, and then it just like hit you in the? It was like basically like this.
Yes. So,
Wait, hold on,
so
do
that
this. It
means
was
I
like
can't be part of the paper throwing catching game?
Don't be jelly.
Yeah.
We want you to play.
Oh, okay.
I just thought you were more grown up than that. That's why,
Why don't we
you're the
start-
adult in the
That's
room. That's why I
probably
don't
true.
throw it at you.
Start with a
Probably true.
handoff.
Gurdeep, I'm always trying to find ways to help you in your single life, right? I'm coming from different angles all the time, things that you don't see coming. So this is one of them to help you find a date. Okay, so you are what you eat, and now the food in your fridge, it could help you find your soulmate. Tech giant Samsung, they've launched a dating app. It's called Refriger-dating.
Rolls right off the tongue.
Refriger-dating, obviously.
Refriger-dating?
Refriger-dating.
Okay.
Anyway, the free app allows users to swipe right or left. This is based on photos of the contents in a potential partner's fridge. Okay.
Is that a hammer? Does that person have a hammer in their fridge?
Don't use our visuals as your example. The company thinks you can tell a lot about someone's personality by what's in their icebox. So before we can even talk about this any further, I need to know what's in your fridge so we can see if you're even a suitable mate for someone. Like if I opened your fridge right now, what would I find in there?
2 cartons of eggs, one of those giant Costco-sized things of spinach.
Okay.
Some bacon, some grass-fed ghee. Some
Condiments?
Lots of condiments. I love my sauce, a lot of hot sauce.
Yep.
Butter chicken from my mom, sog from my mom.
Did she give you a care package?
Every Sunday. Thanks, Mom. Love you.
Wow. See, this is important information.
I can't cook it like my mom.
Okay, so now we know
yeah.
what's in your fridge. Now I need you to know. Now I need you to either swipe right or left on the following. I'm going to give you some examples of maybe you've seen a potential mate's fridge, okay?
Okay.
If you opened their fridge and they had whipped cream, would that be a swipe right or a swipe left?
I mean, is that a real question?
Yeah,
Obviously a swipe right.
right.
That's the good one, right?
Well, it's a good one, and
That means that they have a sweet tooth and maybe they're adventurous.
there you go. And whipped cream lasts forever, by the way. If you ever check the expiry on those things. Okay, what about lipstick?
In the fridge?
Yeah.
You put that in the fridge?
Some do.
I never heard of that. I mean, that's neither good or bad, I guess.
You're
That's
okay
neutral.
with that?
Neutral. I'm okay with that. yeah.
Half-eaten burrito.
Meat or veggie?
Meat.
Swipe right.
Okay, that's good. All right. What about expired milk?
Oh.
Expired anything, really.
Expired anything's not a good. Two things. I mean, I hate wasting food. It's a pet peeve of mine.
Right.
Someone who wastes a lot of food, throws away a lot. Like if your fridge is packed and you're single and you're living on your own, that's not a good sign because that means you overbuy. You're probably throwing stuff out. I hate that. I mean, listen, I've had expired stuff in the fridge before. It's not, not the hill I'm going to die on, but it's not great.
Okay, seafood?
Not a big seafood guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't like discount somebody just because they like seafood.
No, but it's really something you eat fresh, right? You're not gonna like have leftover seafood in there, right?
Fair.
Well, you may.
Fair.
I don't know. Okay, this one's a little controversial. Butter. Do you put butter in the fridge or you leave it out?
In the fridge. Doesn't it always go in the fridge?
I put it in the fridge, but there's a lot of people who leave it out.
Who leaves out? Who leaves the butter out?
Okay, so now we know. Now we know you will never be able to date someone who
No.
leaves the butter out.
Yes, leave the butter in the fridge. Chelsea knows.
Okay. Oh, she's in our fridge right now.
Yes.
Check if there's any leftover French fries in there, Chelsea, because to me, that just doesn't seem practical. Leftover French fries, you can't even warm.
No,
They're never going to taste the same.
They're gross. They're going to be all soggy. By the way, for people who don't know, that is the $2.99 community fridge. It is gross because stuff is left in there way too long. If you're single and your fridge looks like that, that's not good.